All right, y'all. So we know that this case has taken many shifts and turns, and it is a developing investigation, and we are learning new information every day. Well, I've got new information for you, and also I want to talk about what's going on with the families in this case. We know that Austin Metcalf's family's homes have been swatted 3 times now. We also know that Carmelo Anthony's family has now moved him to an undisclosed location due to alleged threats, which we're going to get into today. But before we get into that, I'm Tamera. You're watching the Tamera Nealy Show. I would like to welcome back all my returning subscribers. And if you're new here, I would like to let you know I'm happy you're here. Okay? So I want to quickly say a word of prayer. Lord, I just thank you for who you are, Lord. I thank you for just giving us the ability to seek you, Lord. And I thank you just for the truth, Lord. That at the end of the day, that's what we want to get to the bottom of, is the truth in this case. And I just pray that you help us to really understand what happened and where this case is going. And Lord, just give us the clarity that we need. And thank you for providing that as we continue to learn more. I pray for Austin Metcalf's family and his friends, Lord. I just pray that you be with him and be with them as they continue to navigate this tragedy. Also, I pray for Carmelo Anthony's family, Lord. I know that this has been a terrible situation for them as well. So, Lord, I pray that you be with them as well. Lord, give them the wisdom that they need to make the right decisions. And Lord, I just pray for this entire country, Lord. There's just so much involving this case. It has exposed so many sin issues in this country. And I just pray that, Lord, you just be our healer today. Lord, be our redeemer. Lord, be our answer. Lord, you're always the answer. And I just thank you just for who you are. The first segment of this show is going to be a comment that I would like to make regarding a previous video, a previous interview that I uploaded. Okay. And so we're going to head into the first segment. This is what this show is about, sharing the truth. And I want to be completely honest with you. Okay. So let's go ahead and get into the first segment of the show. I want to let you know that we have decided to remove this video because after my team and I did more investigative work, we have determined that information shared in that video was not factual. We will not tolerate or promote misinformation on either side, whether that comes from Austin Metcalf's group, people who claim to support Austin Metcalf, if you're sharing lies and you're intentionally spreading lies, you are not about getting justice for Austin Metcalf. I was just notified of this information yesterday. And if you say you're getting justice for Austin Metcalf, be focused on getting justice for Austin Metcalf's. Lies do not help the case. If you're lying on the Austin Metcalf side, you need to stop. If you're lying on the Carmelo Anthony side, you need to stop. People have been affected by this case, including the families. So we cannot allow this to happen. So therefore, we're taking down the video. I just want you guys to be aware of it so that when it's taken down, you're not wondering why it was taken down. We're about sharing the truth over here. This is, of course, upsetting to me because I didn't know some of this information. It's very upsetting. It's hurtful. But at the end of the day, it happens because we're dealing with people. And we also know we're dealing with underage children. So let's keep it respectful. I just want to make you aware of it. There's no hard feelings. I just want to move forward. And so I'm letting you know this happened. This is why it happened. And we're going to keep it completely transparent. There's anybody who comes on this show and they spread false information. You guys are supposed to be active members of this channel. Okay. I am now giving you co-host activation. Okay. Which I already knew that some of you already had the assignment. You already knew that you were the co-host of this show. But I am now giving you full-on co-host activation. If somebody comes on here and they say something that you know is wrong, let me know. Let me know. Let's go to the next segment. All right, y'all. Now that we have gotten that out of the way, I wanted to, I know that some people think, oh, well, Tamera, you could have just let the video up and just not said anything. And, just you could have left a disclaimer or whatever. And I could have done those things, but I just want to make sure that you guys understand what's happening. And I could not in good faith leave the video up knowing that, obviously I have a responsibility. So many people trust me with this case, and it just wouldn't be right. And so I know that maybe some people don't agree with my approach of taking it down, but this is my decision. And I don't care if it's my most viewed video. The truth is more important than a viewed video. It's more important than dollars. It's more important than anything. So we know that Austin Metcalf's family has been involved in swatting incidences, and this continues to happen over and over and over again. And so I want to kind of get into it and explain to you guys that they have been now involved in another swatting incident. And if you're not sure what swatting is when a home is so it says when a home is swatted, it means a false emergency call has been made to law enforcement reporting a serious crime or situation at that location. This triggers a response, often including a SWAT, Special Weapons and Tactics team, which can be dangerous for both the targeted individuals and the police. Okay, so that's why this swatting issue is such a big deal, is because it's putting the family in danger. Okay. So Austin Metcalf's family is being put in danger because people are choosing to make false emergency calls to the police. That's not okay. And this is the kind of stuff that has to stop in this country. If anything, this case has revealed so many issues. So this happened on Monday. It says Metcalf family swatting incidents. What we know. Frisco police confirmed that officers responded to a call about a gunshot on Monday at a home linked to the Metcalf family. But when officers got there, they determined there was no shooting. Instead, Frisco police called it a swatting incident, which we know what a swatting incident is. So there was an incident on April 8th, and there was also an incident on April 17th. Police have not said if they have any information about the origin of the call. So I don't know if police are investigating it or not. However, we do know that this incident is happening. And sorry if the light is hitting me. The sun is going down, and obviously I can't change that. All right. So it says suspect in Austin Metcalf killing moved to undisclosed location for protection, family spokesman says. The 17-year-old suspect of stabbing Frisco, Texas track star Austin Metcalf to death has been moved to an undisclosed location for his own safety, according to a group representing his family. A statement from the Next Generation Action Network, NGAN, said that Carmelo Anthony has been moved from his home to an undisclosed location to ensure his immediate safety, following an alarming increase in death threats, continued harassment, and physical intimidation targeted at the family's home. Anthony allegedly killed Metcalf over a seating dispute during a high school track meet in Frisco on April 2nd. He was freed from the Collin County Jail after his bond was reduced from $1 million to $250,000 last Monday. He is charged with first-degree murder. Okay, so we see that these are the evidence. These are pictures of the evidence that they received. People don't just get charged for first-degree murder for no reason. Okay, so there's a reason why people are sending you this obituary. Okay, your son did something wrong. He did something unthinkable. Carmelo Anthony himself has said he's not alleged. Okay, we know that since the very beginning. He said he's not alleged, he did it. Speaking of, let me recap the facts in the case. So we know that on April 2nd, this is from what we know from the Frisco Police Department, that they received a call that someone had been stabbed at a Frisco track meet. They arrived to find that Austin Metcalf, a 17-year-old young man who had the rest of his life ahead of him, he was a D1 athlete recruit. He was a very smart, intelligent student, 3.9 student. So him and Carmelo Anthony got into a brief altercation. They got into a brief altercation over a seating dispute. Okay. So it was a seating dispute that happened. And then next thing you know, we know that Carmelo Anthony reaches into his backpack. He says, touch me and see what happens. Punch me and see what happens. And he eventually stabs Austin Metcalf in the chest. We also know that Hunter Metcalf, Austin Metcalf's brother, says that he, when he saw Austin Metcalf, when he saw Austin Metcalf's soul leaving his body, his soul left with him. So the nation was then alerted about this situation because of, one, Jeff Metcalf, which we have talked about Jeff Metcalf multiple times on this show. Jeff Metcalf had came out and he had said that he forgave Carmelo Anthony. But we also know after Jeff Metcalf came out and said that he forgave Carmelo Anthony later on, about a week later. It feels like we've been covering this case forever. So it's like so much has happened. So about a week after he said he forgave Carmelo Anthony, we know that the family of the suspect, Carmelo Anthony's family, they ended up putting on a press conference. The press conference, they revealed their side of the story. We did a whole review over the press conference. So if you have not watched the press conference, you can go watch that. Okay. So we know that happened. And then now, in the press conference, I need to note, was hosted by Dominique Alexander. Dominique Alexander is the founder of an organization in Dallas that's an activism organization, and they've been hired by Carmelo Anthony's family to represent them. He's not a lawyer. They've just hired him, okay? And so he's the one who, from my understanding, posted these photos that we're looking at right now. They're the threats that Carmelo Anthony's family have been faced with, okay? And so it says, according to the release, which we know has to do with Dominique Alexander, the threats include people loitering and taking photos of Anthony's family's current residents, unwanted food deliveries that NGAN said were made to disturb and harass the family, and a mailing of Metcalf's obituary to the home, which was also described as disturbing. Well, that's nothing compared to what Austin Metcalf's family is going through, because we know that their home is being swatted, which is very dangerous. They could that really puts their life in danger. So you're telling me that you're upset because you're getting unwanted food deliveries and people are harassing the family through the mail by sending obituaries. You're telling me that that's the reason why you had to move your son to an undisclosed location? They can move their son if they want to, but that just doesn't make sense to me while they're making this into a huge thing, which is going to bring me to the part about the money situation, because we know they have the Go Send Go, I think, or Give Send Go, which I'm about to show you guys that in a second. Okay, y'all. So I want to release this too. So I had to go to another article to find this, but obviously you can see this article. And it says here, family announces decision on 17-year-old Carmelo Anthony. I want to quickly note that in this article, it says here, meanwhile, the Frisco Police Department told Fox News Digital, our department does not have any reported cases involving the Anthony family being threatened. To me, I just kind of find that interesting. I'm not saying that they haven't been threatened, but it's just interesting to me that the police department hasn't been able to find any information to further verify the public of these supposed threats. Okay, so I want to go to the Gifts and Go. So this is the Gifts and Go. It has raised $510,528 so far. Okay, somebody donated as early as just now. Somebody donated $20 4 minutes ago. It says, y'all are only supporting Carmelo because he's black. You dang right we are. Would y'all do the same for yours? And it's mainly because we know how y'all are. When it comes to black people, we're guilty until proven innocent in y'all's eyes. If y'all don't care to understand our viewpoint, then we don't care to understand yours. Simple. But thanks for the donations, whites. This is the kind of stuff that's happening. That's not okay. Like, that's a very terrible comment. Let's go over to the purpose of the fund, okay? So it says, while legal defense is a critical part of this journey, we want to make it clear that this fund is not solely dedicated to legal expenses. The funds raised will also support a range of urgent and necessary needs that have emerged as a result of this situation, including but not limited to the safe relocation of the Anthony family due to escalating threats to their safety and well-being, as well as basic living costs, transportation, counseling, and other security measures. So it's just interesting to me. Obviously, I don't know if they're actually facing these threats, but I'm just saying it's kind of weird that the police department isn't notified of this. And they're raising all this money, saying that they're using this money because they really need it, because their family is facing these real adversities. All right, y'all. So that's all we have for today's show. I just wanted to give you an update on what's happening in the case, and let you know what I found out as well. Because at the end of the day, like, I want y'all in the know. I love you guys, and I appreciate you supporting me. I know that, as I think I've already kind of laid out everything earlier. Okay. I plan to continue covering this case. Okay. I'm not going to let little things get in my way. And sorry, the light is right there. I've spoke with people who were very close with Austin Metcalf. And, I asked them straight out, should I stop covering this case? And they've said no. You've been doing a great job, and thank you for everything that you're doing for us. And that means a lot to me. Because at the end of the day, I do want justice for Austin Metcalf, and I hope that he gets justice in this case, because so many people are spreading lies, and it's happening on both sides, and his family doesn't deserve that at all. No, the family does not deserve that. And so it's sad, but it's happening. And yeah, I just want to make you guys aware of it. I got a lot of things coming up this weekend. So I will try my best to get a show out, but I don't know. I kind of really would prefer to have the weekend to myself and just I didn't even get a day off on my birthday, and my birthday was on Monday. So I really would like a day off, and just to be able to just relax. And so I thank you guys for supporting me, and supporting this show. And you'll hear from me soon. Okay. Love you guys.